right, good afternoon, friends. This is take number 3. Trying to get everything squared away as far as the lighting and the focus and what have you. It's just too pretty to be inside. The weather that we've had recently and the way that things have been, it's just so much nicer to be outside right now, and I want to take advantage of being outside as much as I can. So as the title suggests, we're talking about the DJI Mavic Air 2, of course. That's the hot topic going on right now with the latest release. Finally officially released yesterday. Shipping began last week. Some folks received their order early. Thankful enough, I got mine on the day of release. I actually started out with the DJI order and was privileged enough, lucky enough to have a birthday close enough to it that Best Buy sent out a 10% off coupon. I had some gift cards to Best Buy and some birthday money, what have you. So it worked out well for me just to go ahead and do an order through Best Buy, and thankfully enough, it shipped first. So I canceled my original order with DJI. Long story short, went with Best Buy, got it for a cheaper price. It's hard to beat that, and I'm thankful for that opportunity. I did have the Evo 2 on pre-order, as you would have seen in one of my previous videos where I was discussing going from the Skydio 2 to the Evo 2. And I hate that it worked out kind of the way that it did. I did want to move forward with the pre-order that I had from January 11th, but had to get some work done on the house here and have some things done. So financially it worked out better this way, and sometimes life comes at you fast, as we know and understand that. But got it yesterday. I wanted to get out and fly some. Wasn't able to because, one, it was freezing. Two, the wind was atrocious yesterday. So here in western North Carolina. So stayed in, but it did give me some time to set the drone up. Of course, there was a firmware update to take care of, activate the drone. And also I do purchase DJI Care when I get drones. So when I purchase a drone, so I set that up. Of course, the FAA registration, the $5 registration there, went ahead and took care of that. Got everything posted on my Mavic 2 Air 2 as it should be. And also insurance. I wanted to take just a second to mention that here. Insurance it's imperative. If you own a business, liability insurance, it's imperative to have. That's what sets you apart from being a professional or a fly-by-night, as we've used that terminology before. But I've had a couple of different companies. Started out with a company and then looked at hopefully trying to save some money. I don't do it by the hour. I know that's an option for some people, but I do have enough business that it's more cost effective for me to have a monthly or an annual policy. And in saying that, I wanted to give a little plug for Skywatch. Skywatch has been amazing to work with. Very good service. It's detailed service. It's detailed to fit your business, and I really appreciate that. There's been telephone calls, there's been emails, everything that you need to do to take care of has been really, really good with Skywatch, and I really appreciate their attention to detail there. I hear something in the background. That's the joys of filming outside. You never know what's going to happen, right? But again, Skywatch, great way to go. Got the drone activated, got everything updated, got to do my little maiden flight there. Caught my wife working on the computer. She's working from home, so I was able to catch a little footage of that, and flew very smooth, very quiet as well. So I was impressed with that. But just to give you a little breakdown, talking about ecosystems, I would not consider myself a DJI fanboy, but I do appreciate their products and how well they work. They just work, and I appreciate that. That's something that's good for me. It keeps it simple for me, but it really does quality capturing, quality photography, videography. So I do appreciate that. The first drone that I started out with, 2017, which would have been the backbone of my company at that time for a couple of years, year and a half anyway, the Phantom 4 Pro. Can't say enough good things about it. I do not have the version 2. I have the original version, but I've used that on so many jobs. I mean, it's paid for itself time and time again. It served as my primary 4K at 60, which is awesome. 1-inch sensor, which is very needed, and also having the mechanical shutter for mapping. I do mapping. It was twice a month a few months ago on a construction site here in town, but now it's switched to once a month, but going through 3DR Site Scan that the business has a subscription to, and it works well. It works great. It's been fun to see how it makes those 3D graphs, and for mapping you can't get better. If you could only have one drone that you really wanted to be a full service company with, it would be very hard for me not to recommend the Phantom 4 Pro to you. And also now DJI, again, with the Phantom 4 Pro version 2 back on the market for sale on their website. And then the next drone that I had at the time, the first one I had was the Phantom 3 Advanced, but to fast forward to where we are today, but 2018, I ended up picking up one of the little Telos. And the reason being is in law enforcement, I fly the Matrice 210 with the FLIR XT and also the Zenmo C30. And so in using that, they are nice to show as far as demos, but when you're talking with young people, elementary school age, and sometimes even college age students, it's better to have something that they can do. So the Tello, really what's great is you can set that up, or I set that up and have it with me. And if they want to do a fly, a little test flight, they can. Low risk, low hazard risk there. So it's a fun thing to do. Plus it can do some flips. So I use it for that. It's a good teaching opportunity. It does have a camera, and I think kids, they really enjoy that. Also, at the beginning of 2019, the beginning of last year, after the announcement of the Mavic 2 Pro, decided I really wanted to move forward with that and give it a shot, because I used the GPC case with my Phantom 4 Pro. It's a little bit larger, but I have the props on case, so it does wonderful. I do like that. It's very fast setup, and you hit the ground running. But I wanted something a little bit smaller, but absolutely every bit as capable. So last winter, that is, switched into a new primary, being the Mavic 2 Pro. One of the things that I do miss is the 4K at 60 with the Mavic 2 Pro, but seeing that I usually shoot in 4K 30, so that is absolutely usable. Still have that 1-inch sensor, but the Mavic 2 Pro is my go-to for photography and videography. I can pretty much do everything that I need to do with that. And finally, now we're up here to today's topic, primarily the Mavic Air 2. And again, it's just the form factor of it's amazing. I love the size. Most of what you see, like cell phones or the smaller cameras, are the 1/2 sensor. But with the Mavic Air 2, of course, you've got the 1/2-inch sensor, so you've got a little bit higher quality. Talking about the Skydio, it was Skydio 2. It was a huge draw to me because it had 4K at 60. But again, the 1/2 sensor. This has the 1/2-inch sensor, and thankfully back to the 4K at 60. So I'm really looking to see how we can use that. The new flight modes, really liking the asteroid flight mode there. I've been playing with that some, so that's kind of an interesting thing to see. So you can shoot at 4K 60 for most of your shots, and then you can back that down to 30 frames per second in post, and it really makes a good, vivid, clear film or video. That's one of the things I've been looking at here, and I wanted to make mention of a couple of other oldie but goodies, I guess you could say. They've been out for a while. The Osmo Action. Really fully enjoy using this. You got your 4K 60, then you've got your multiple different slow motion modes that you can use and what have you. So this is great. You can use a suction cup. I've got the PGY Tech suction cup mount ordered. Going to try to use that. Comes with a high recommendation, so I'm going to try to use it some and then give you a little feedback about it. Use that as far as the vehicle goes, and attach it to the vehicle, different things. And I love using the Osmo Action. One of the things that really has made it fun to use are the ND filters. I'm a huge Freewell ND filter fan. I have been pretty much from day one after purchasing filters. I was a little hesitant to get them or get into filters. I didn't want to take off and remove, but I'm telling you, that is I hate to use the word game changer, but that will change your photography and videography drastically. You'll get those good saturated, clear photographs and video clips that you need, and it's a great way to do that. Hopefully, I did purchase the Fly More combo, but hopefully Freewell will come out with an all-day pack as well for the Mavic Air 2, and I do plan on getting that to have everything consistent across the board as far as filming. Another thing, after we're talking about the Osmo Action, of course, you got to talk about the Osmo Pocket. Again, with the software updates that these two devices have received over the past year, they are highly capable devices, and also have pre-ordered or ordered the Freewell ND filters for this as well, the Osmo Pocket. So that way all my video or photographs will be consistent all the way across. And this is a very interesting, unique ecosystem that I primarily wanted to talk about with you for just a second. I don't want the video to get away from us. But what I think is so neat about this ecosystem here, they all are basically shooting in the same frame rates. And if you can get the same ND filters across the board with those, you're going to have very consistent video from the Air, any kind of hyperlapse that you might be trying to use, night lapse, time lapse that you're wanting to use, or slow motion. You can do that with each of these devices. And what is so wonderful about that, for the cost of these three devices, you could purchase each of these filters, batteries, almost for the same price that a Mavic 2 Pro would cost you, or a Mavic 2 Zoom. So you're talking about a very unique ecosystem here, a 3-device camera system, if you will, ground and air, slow motion, fast, sped up, and what have you. So you've got some very cost-effective ways here. Now, I do use, for my professional side of things, I do use my Nikon Z6 that I'm recording this video with here, the Panasonic GH5, and I also have a D750 that I love for photography. I had some really nice pictures of the moon earlier, or at the end of last week, so I love my photography as well. But when you're talking about something that's cost effective, that most people could use absolutely for YouTube and Facebook, social media, this is the way to go, the most cost-effective way to go, where you're getting good quality and you've got everything that you know is trusted and has been tried and it's been proven. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today, and just using what you have, not trying to always have the latest and the greatest, the most expensive. I think sometimes that is where we do find ourselves. We find ourselves being, or I have, my wife would absolutely agree, that in times past have been more of a collector than an actual creator. And so one of the preface videos that I had a couple of weeks ago, it's about being content. Well, this is a very good content creator package. So I'm very thankful to be able to have these devices and use them. But stay tuned. Let's see what we can create with this. Would contend to you that a lot of this would be very much capable for low-end promotional type work, not making movies or what have you, but if you're making video clips or short commercials, I think these are very, very capable devices. And also, for what you are paying for it, you get a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot of good quality. But stay tuned with us. If you haven't already, subscribe. Take a look at some of the promotional videos that we've done in recent weeks. We do progress reporting here in town. Also was able to do some awesome video footage, first-person view, and then also promotional view, if you will, of the newly installed or newly open Wilderness Run Alpine Coaster in Banner Elk, North Carolina. So check them out as well. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be able to be outside. I know that there's a lot going on with the virus and everything, but let's take care of one another. Let's be content with what we have, and let's really try to create some really cool content. Every one of you, take care, and God bless.